Yeah, thanks, Braith. Welcome everyone to the show. Special retro round edition show tonight, and two of the former Tigers greats, Steve Blocker-Roach, Pat Richards.
Benji.
Paddy used to pick me up actually to go to training when I had no car. Paddy?
Used back in the day, mate. I did, for sure.
Surely retro round fires you up a bit, Blocky.
Oh, I love footy anyway, but I love retro round. But hey, don't worry about me, Benj.
Oh, into it.
Hang on, what about you taking a pay cut to go and coach the Tigers? What's going on?
Yeah, pay cut. Yeah, no, Blocky, it's not about the money though. Look, for me, I love the club and I genuinely wanted to help out, and the opportunity to come up and assistant coach under Tim for a couple of years and then take over as head coach in 2025 is something that doesn't come around every day, as you guys know. And it's an opportunity that I really want to invest in and give my heart to. And as you guys know, it's been a tough 10 years at the club.
Yeah, mate, I've got no doubt the X's and O's is the easy part. How are you going to handle all the off-field stuff?
Well, look, I guess for me, I sort of have done that for the last 5 years of my career with players involved in culture. And I didn't do a lot of playing in the last few years, but I did a lot of mentoring and a lot of man management sort of stuff. So no, that was good for me, Blocky. But enough about me, boys. Paddy, what about you? We haven't seen you for a while. What have you been up to?
Yeah, mate, going really well. I'm really enjoying life at the moment. I've been retired for about 6 years. I've been working for a company called United Equipment, selling machinery.
Right.
Great company to work for, good blokes, and I'm still involved with the club as West Tigers Foundation ambassador. So still got my foot in the door there, like you and you. I'm still passionate about the club, so it's great to still be involved.
Yeah, what does that involve as the West Tigers Foundation? Did they do a lot of good stuff?
Oh, amazing stuff in the community and heritage side of things, and really giving back. So it's awesome to be involved in the club and see the football side of it, but the club does a lot of great things off the field, and to see kids' faces in hospitals and all the great things that they're doing, it puts a smile on people's faces.
And of course, you're still living off 2005, aren't you? Mate, you can dine out on that forever. What about us poor buggers in 89?
Yeah.
Hey, I hate grand final week.
What happened in 05? What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking about?
Well,
you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'll tell you what happened. Well, we haven't had a lot of success as a club in the men's competition, but wanted to give a quick shout out to the women's, the Harvey Norman women's team. They won the New South Wales comp. Well done, girls. 21-20. It was a close game. They fought back from 2014 down to 20-all, and in the last minute, Emily Curtin kicks a field goal. It's good to see some success for the club, Paddy.
Oh, absolutely. I see the footage of the girls after Emily kicks this field goal here, and just watch everyone run in, and there's about 30 people, all support staff, everyone feeling a part of it. You know what it's like to win games like this. It's unreal. So well done, girls. It's awesome for the club.
Yeah, well, look, something we can probably take out next year and try and be like the girls, eh? Get a bit of success back there for us. But retro round, Blocky, straight into it. Favourite all-time Tigers or Magpies player?
Oh, my favourite Tiger player of all time. There's a million of them, but Larry John Corwer.
Yeah, what did you like about him?
Well, he was the only bloke that ran up the wing. Apart from the Pearl when he came, Ellery Hanley to the Tigers, the whole crowd, the whole hill, you guys know what the hill was like at Leichhardt. Every time he got the ball, they all stood. Just the way he could run, mate. Once he got in the clear and that old head went back, away he went. He just had wonderful speed. There's the great Ulsa Filipano feeding on the ball there. He's not with us anymore, but there he goes. The Prince, Larry John Corwer, what a champion. And a great bloke too.
Yeah, everyone always talks about Larry being one of the greatest blokes of all time and one of the best finishers at Tigers. But what about for you, Paddy? Who have you gone with?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many from West and Balmain, so many great players that have played.
Don't embarrass me, mate.
Mate, but Blocker, I'd love to say you, but I'm going to go with one of your good mates, Paul Siranen.
Oh, the Bunnocks. The Bunnocks.
Mate, he was such an iconic sort of figure, big Ciro. Everyone loved him, and I just love watching him play. Everything, he loves the Tigers through and through, and you know, so many great players in that side as well. We had Blocker, we had Wayne Pearce, Benny Elias, and
some of the greats.
Gary Jack. So I'm going to pick
this is
Ciro
a good try.
on this one. Yeah, I still remember this one.
Block, you played with Ciro. You know, what was he really like as a bloke as well?
Oh, mate, he's my best mate. Still, to this day, we see each other at least a couple of times a week, probably to his detriment. He probably doesn't like seeing me, but I like seeing him. Mate, just a tackle buster. I mean, you talk about some of the great back rowers like Gordon Tallis and Noel Cleal and all those sort of guys, but Ciro was right up there with him. Such a big body, big games, huge man. Big games, could run, powerful, and that grand final try just on the stroke of half-time put the Tigers in front. I think it was 12-2 or whatever it was, and a lot of blokes were yahooing at half-time, but Ciro just took it in his stride and away he went in the second half.
Yeah, I love Ciro, and from working with him at Tigers, can genuinely say he's one of the best blokes too. He really cares a lot about the club and his footy, and a really good guy. We've touched on two Balmain players, so I've gone with a West player. Noel Kelly, who a bit before my time, but in my time at the Tigers, I got to spend a bit of time with Noel when he's come and done jersey presentations and a few talks, inspirational talks. And he had this motto that he explained to me one time of, if you're ever going to get in a fight, punch first, ask questions later. And he was really well known within the game for being a tough guy.
Yep.
You would have seen Ned around the traps a bit block.
Yeah, I did. I saw him. And I think he holds a record for the quickest send-off against the Pommies.
He does, yeah.
I think it was 26 seconds or something. He was marched. But Ned was a wonderful bloke. As you said, Benji, like, one of the greatest things ever to happen to me in footy is to meet those guys.
Yeah.
You know, I met him. I met Ned Kelly. I met Graham Langlands. I knew Bob Fulton. You know, to me, as a lover of the game, I reckon that's a lot of things that the young blokes are missing out on today is they should get to know, you know, these guys that have dug the well.
Yeah, absolutely. And sticking with retro round, favourite Tigers memory for you, Block?
I would have to say it was a playoff in a semi-final at Leichhardt Oval against the Penrith Panthers. 23,000. They were sitting on the roofs. It was unbelievable. And I suppose to add to the day is we won that game. There they are there, the hill. There was nothing like on a Sunday afternoon running out and, you know, looking at that sea of orange at the Tigers. And I remember this game quite well. And, you know, it was a big game for a playoff. Only 5 teams in the semi-finals in those days. And we won that game. So
well, that game still holds the record.
23,000.
Still people sitting on roofs.
Amazing.
Yeah, unreal.
Yeah. What about you, Paddy? What's your favourite memory?
Probably my favourite ever day of playing footy would have to be 2005. We played Cronulla at Shark Park.
Remember that one?
It was probably midway through our run of 8 in a row. And just the way we played, I think we scored 4 tries from our own half that day. And everything sort of stuck. And I think we all got a bit of belief that we could go on and beat anyone.
This young fella.
Yeah, I know.
Was that the day you sidestepped about 18 blokes?
I can't remember it clearly, but I think it went left foot, left foot, left foot. The step, the goose step, here it comes, left foot.
I remember this.
Left foot, left foot. I think a bit of a goose step here. And then just make sure you don't look when you pass. You remember those ones?
No look pass.
But these were the days, Paddy. I mean, like, we got coached by a bloke named Tim Sheens, and he really encouraged us to play this sort of footy.
Well, even just that pass there, that little basketball pass we used to warm up and doing that, I think it was. Had a bit of a mullet back then.
You know what I liked about you guys in those days was the trick plays. All the trick plays from the scrum base and that all come from the coaching.
Yeah, he was good. And that year was very special for me. And obviously my favourite Tigers memory is the 2005 Grand Final. We'll touch on the game in a bit, but what were your memories from that night, Paddy?
Just great memories, mate. It's just what a ride it was. Just the momentum that we had and the self-belief. We just all felt like we were just going to win. We were so close. We still call each other brothers for life, and it was just an amazing sort of ride. And just to run out there was just incredible.
Can I ask you guys about that? Because generally, I think the rule of thumb is that you use 30, 35 players. Leading into that grand final, it looked like you had the same team every week.
Yeah, well, I mean, Benji played every game. All of our key positions, our fullback, Benji, Robbie, Scotty, Prince, played every single game. Yeah. And that's what you need. You need everyone out there every week.
It's amazing that momentum, once you get on that little bit of a roll and all of a sudden you start to believe.
Just that self-belief was incredible. I think halfway through that year, Benny Galea got up and we had a goal of top 4 and Tim Challenger said, boys, we might have to change that goal to top 8.
That's right,
and
Benny Galea.
Benny got up and said, no, we said we're going to do it. It sort of gave everyone a lift. We worked a bit harder and it brought us together. And
yeah, well, the thing I loved about that season was Tim. You know, the way he coached us. Like, we had a lot of young guys, but a real good mix of experience as well. And he used to encourage us that if we practice something at training, then we could do it on the field. So, you know, you would see Liam Fulton them doing those cover tackles at training, chips and chases. And he was a real big believer in giving you the confidence to play your game. And I think that had a real big impact on us. But a lot of people might not remember this, Paddy, but you were actually lucky to play that grand final. You got hurt in the semi.